Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another Mabinogi video. Today I want to talk about this post that was made about the Mabinogi Eternity project, which is basically just them, Nexon anyways, discussing the new Unreal Engine changes to the game, which I think are huge. Like, just absolutely enormous changes. And let's sit here and look at some of these graphical improvements. They're really awesome looking. Like, if this is indicative of the final experience of the game, when this engine actually comes out, I think we're all going to be really satisfied. And a lot of these videos we've already seen, like this one has already been posted before, at least leaked anyways, but this is one we haven't seen. And I mean, this looks awesome. This really does look awesome. And I really hope this is indicative of what we're going to get in the game. And they're just sitting here talking about some of the changes that they're going to do, and I actually have another video that I wanted to share with you guys that actually wasn't shared in this blog post. If we go ahead and look at RTM's video, and shout out to this individual, they definitely need a lot more subs for sharing a lot of the progress on Mabinogi's Unreal Engine changes, but he did post this really nice GIF, or not, these two short clips. Like, look at these. Like, that looks amazing. Like, I don't know how they're really going to handle the depth of field, but just look at some of the effects of the dress. The clothing in general has gravity to it and weight. That looks awesome. And a lot of us were probably a little suspicious of an entire, engine change, because that's going to change the core foundation of the game. But if you were just to see this, you would not go like, oh, what game is that? It's very clearly Mabinogi, which is something that I think is really important, that they kind of capture that stylistic change. And if we go ahead and look at some of the new comments that they've made, they talk about how when you walk with the dresses, they're very aware of just how bad the game is dated, right? Like, it's very dated. Talking about the lighting, talking about the character models just being, just dated for their time. The hair clipping, and that's something we don't really see here. With a lot of these moving elements, there's not too much clipping going on, which is pretty nice. Even games today like Genshin Impact do have clipping, so it's just something that a lot of gamers are used to, and it's nice to see that the hair has its own gravity, and they seem to kind of contact each other and not really clip. Though I do see a little bit of clipping right here, but like I said, it's pretty much impossible for a lot of companies to just completely avoid. So they're talking about how they want to make a lot of these changes, and fundamentally, the game is going to be different because it's a completely different engine. I mean, it's essentially Mabinogi 2 at this point, which is huge. It's basically going to be a new game that it's attempting to be Mabinogi, right? Because you can't really change a game's engine from this to Unreal without changing the core aspect of it. So that's something that I am a little concerned about, but as we can see, it seems like they're really trying to do it justice, because based off these screenshots, I mean, it's very clearly Mabinogi still. It's not really a question of whether or not this is, what game this is. So I think that's really important that they are capturing that, I think. So I just wanted to share this, talk about this post. I think it's really important that, this, along with the other post that they made talking about the multi-clienting, that Mabinogi and Nexon's team, DevCat, they are doing a pretty good job of changing the game and modernizing it to a new audience. And I think once this engine change comes out, it's very highly likely that Mabinogi may be kind of taken into a new direction in terms of popularity, because a lot of people probably don't want to play Mabinogi because it is so dated graphically, but once they find out that it has a lot of content and now graphically it's really good, then they might actually have a change of heart and decide to play it. So, recently I've actually been seeing a lot of new players just in my day-to-day, so I think it's going to be pretty interesting what happens when this engine comes out. I think we're going to get like a huge surge of new players and new life into the game, which is great. So let me know what your guys think in the comments. What do you think is going to be the pros and cons of this new engine? And what do you think of these screenshots? Is this really going to be the game? Who knows? But I think if they're showing it off, they don't want to give themselves, you know, like post these pictures publicly and then something comes out that doesn't look anything like this, because that'd be kind of embarrassing. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.